Hare Krishna. Hello friends, I hope you all are doing well. This is Ritendra. I am preacher of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, and today I am going to talk about the two things here, Narcissism and Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. This is comparative lecture, and Narcissism is all about self-focusing and also grandiosity. Means it's something like a lack of empathy. Means you are not able to understand the pain of others. This is called narcissism. And how these things is related with Srimad Bhagavad Gita, I am going to talk. Here Lord Krishna here talked about narcissism, ahankara. But before we actually compare with, we start to compare Srimad Bhagavad Gita and narcissism, both theory, we just have to understand what is narcissism. Narcissism is a personality disorder, personality trait or disorder, and which is characterized by excessive self-focus and also grandiosity. Excessive self-focus and grandiosity, this is all about excessive self-focus and grandiosity. The lack of empathy for other, there is a lack of empathy. The particular person doesn't has any kind of empathy, and constant need for admirations and also validations. That particular person require constant need of admirations. Always that particular person is looking for admiration. Always that particular person is thinking about someone will admire me, then I will be like moving like a flying in the sky. So it is like a constant need for admiration and also validation. Exploitative behavior in the relationship, always exploitative behavior, means always having a dominant behavior. This is called exploitative behavior, dominant behavior. And different two types of are there narcissism. First is healthy narcissism, normal self-confidence, ambitions and also self-respect. This is healthy narcissism is very good for our confidence, for our character, and for our in order to achieve something. But pathological narcissism is extreme self-absorption, manipulativeness, disregard for others. See, in the narcissist personality disorder, this particular person is known as a narcissist personality disorder, pathological narcissism in criminal psychology. Narcissism is a significant factor in a certain crimes like a sexual offense, control and also dominations, fraud and economical crimes. The fraud and economical crimes like manipulations, lack of remorse, and violent crimes raised when ego is threatened, narcissist injury. Srimad Bhagavad Gita perspective on ego and also self-absorption. The Gita doesn't directly mention the narcissism but address the ahankara, ego, and its destructive effect. Lord Krishna actually mention about ahankar or ego, and this ego is related with narcissism. Ego as a root of suffering. Our ego is a root of suffering. Ahankar, vimudatman, kartham itiya mayante. Means the deluded soul under the influence of ego thinks I am Dior. But however, we are not Dior of anything. We are only here to perform a prescribed duty. This is why Madhusudan clearly stated Karmani adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phal heturbu ma te sangosva karmani. Here Madhusudan clearly stated perform a prescribed duty. Working is better than not working, and no one can maintain his or her physical body without performing his duty. So our duty is only to perform prescribed duty. It is our fundamental duty. We all have to perform prescribed duty without having any expectation, without keeping any expectation or desire. This is what Madhusudan clearly stated. Our ego and our desire are only responsible for this kind of narcissist behavior. This is why Arjuna asked Madhav, however, I don't want to indulge in the sinful activities, but what are these all factors which forcing me to indulge in the sinful activities? अथ केन प्रयुक्त पाप चरित पुरुषः अनिच्छनापि वासने बला दिवा नियोजित. What are these all factors which forcing me to indulge in the egoistic behavior or criminal activities or sinful activities? Here Madhusudan clearly answered, काम ईश क्रोध ईश रजोगुण समृद्ध पाप इनो पाप युक्त पाप विघ्नम वैरिणम. This is your sinful activities. This is actually your biggest enemy. Rajoguna samruddha, your desire which is actually full of rajoguna or fashion behavior. So this actually responsible for your criminal behavior or narcissist behavior. Lord Krishna further stated, transcending self-obsession. It's about if I am in devotional practices, then I would have some kind of arrogance. Like means I know only Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. Other people don't know. I only know. This is actually, this kind of behavior is also known as narcissist behavior. This kind of behavior is very dangerous for the society as well as the particular person. Krishna advised practicing detachment, niskam karma. नियतम कुरु कर्म त्वाम कर्म जाया हि अकर्मणः शरीर यत्रपि च तेन प्रसयते अकर्मणः. Here Madhusudan Mukunda Murari Kesava Janardana Govind Gopala Madhava clearly stated, perform your prescribed duty, Parth. Perform your prescribed duty. Working is better than not working, and no one can maintain, I would say no one can maintain his or her physical body without performing his duty. So this is what Madhusudan clearly stated. This is what Madhav clearly stated. Cultivating the empathy and also selflessness means avadeshta sarva bhutanam maitruha karuna ivachaha. Here Madhusudan clearly stated, one who is free from the malice toward the others, malice, like any kind of bad behavior toward others, and there is no any kind of good and bad feeling for others. That particular person, whether associate with the good people or bad people, that particular person, if he can keep himself neutral in all condition in this association, then only that kind of person is very dear to Lord Krishna. This is what Madhusudan clearly stated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And self-realization is required, Atma Gyan is required, and recognize the true self as a beyond the ego and also body. We all are human beings, and we all are part and parcel of Lord Krishna. So this is what we have to understand. This is what Madhusudan clearly stated. This is what Madhav clearly stated in the Bhakti Yoga, path of devotion, redirecting the self-centeredness toward the devotion and services. Karma Yoga, path of selfless, acting for the welfare of the others and not for personal glory. So this is actually like a karma yoga, always working for others, always thinking in the welfare of the society, always do better thing for the society. Means if you are thinking about others, then Lord Krishna, He Himself think about yourself. So He will protect you. He will never let you down. So this is what Madhusudan clearly stated. And cultivation of humility. Humility is required most. Omnitvam means humility is listed as a first virtue of the knowledge. This is the first virtue of knowledge. Integration with psychology, cognitive behavior theory helps the narcissist challenges irrational self-beliefs. Mindfulness also spiritual practice. Gita's emphasize on the detachment, also self-control. Self-control is required. Tasmad indriyani adu niyamya bharatvarsah papa prajahi ena jnana vijnana nasanam. Here Madhusudan Mukunda Murari Kesava Janardana Govind Gopala clearly stated, in order to protect yourself from the criminal behavior and criminal ideology and also narcissist behavior, what you have to do? You just have to regulate your senses by your sensory organs. What you have to see, what you have to speak, what you have to listen, and what you have to touch, and what we have to sniff. If you are able to control, if you are able to regulate your 5 sensory organs and 5 senses by 5 sensory organs, then you can easily overcome from this kind of narcissist behavior, this kind of criminal behavior or criminal activities. You can easily protect from these all things. This is what Madhusudan clearly stated. I hope you all can understand. If you have any questions, any doubt, then please kindly put a comment. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Radhe.